I go to my laptop and I search tiktok.com/@asitisofficial. So I don't know what it's all about. Hello, this is Patty from As It Is, and you are watching Forever Loud.
Let's dive right in by just talking about what is it like being back on stage, being back together, writing with everyone.
It's really emotional. It's surprised me in ways. I think the most surprising thing was that you find yourself in the middle of a song and you forget that it's been so long. You forget that you sort of turned your back on this and thought you'd walked away from it and maybe might never do it again, and you just come back into your sort of like consciousness and you're like, oh wow, like I'm doing this thing that I've missed so much, that I love so much again after so long. But what hasn't surprised me is that just to like see all of our fans back together is so amazing, and that there's still been people just like waiting for this band to do anything. A lot of bands don't have that privilege, and it just feels really good and great to be back.
Does it feel different now being back?
I think the touring part, like everything outside of the performance, feels a little better and a little different because I've taken care of myself, found some happiness like outside of the band, started therapy, and I'm looking after myself a little bit better. I know what like my needs are, like what I need and what I should be saying yes and no to. But like on stage, it's just like no time has passed at all. It feels like we're just back in our 20s and doing this all over again. Like it's 10 years ago.
I think you said something really important there, which is, you've managed to look after yourself. I think mental health is like a topic that gets sung about so much in this genre, but it's kind of, people don't take the action. So what have been some of the key things for you in looking after yourself?
Just to know that like when I need to be quiet and recharge, that I'm not, being rude. I'm just like taking care of myself. I'm just like doing what I need to. So when everybody wants to like go out partying, I'm saying no. When I need something, I'm just gonna try to make that happen for myself. And just listen to myself, listen to like what I'm feeling, and do the best I can. That's all we can do, is just like sort of do the best we can.
Yeah, and you guys have built something, absolutely amazing. Like you said, so many fans have stuck around, and now obviously you've brought back the album all those years later.
Right.
How's that been, like hearing all those old and golden songs but with some new voices in there?
Really incredible. We've always been such like fans of like revisiting a project like later down the line, like ourselves and everybody else. So getting to do this for ourselves, revisit a record that we wrote 10 years ago with no sort of preconception or expectation that it was gonna, stick around in any sort of way. That there's still people 10 years later who want to listen to it and like be a part of it, whether that's the people that we looked up to, the bands that we grew up listening, or whether that's like the sort of newer bands and artists who cite As It Is as like an influence in their music. So it's surreal for all sorts of reasons, but for something that we've produced and mixed and mostly put together ourselves, I'm really happy with that.
So what does As It Is 2025 look like? What's coming up in the year?
We just yesterday announced that we have another UK tour. We're going to tour with our friends in a band called RTO in late September. And then in November, we are off to the States to do the Warped Tour, which is cool. Never thought we'd get to do the Warped Tour again.
Yeah, Warped Tour is back.
Warped Tour is back, and we're going to see what it's all about. And we're going to tour the sort of East Coast of the States. That's, and, all sorts of, exciting things that people will find out about later at some point, I'm sure.
And obviously, since you've kind of been doing all the band things, now you're back, things have changed a little bit, and TikTok, social media and all that is back. Will we ever see you do some content, a little dance, a little, hi, this is Patty from As It Is?
Ben is going to try. Ben is our social media person. I have massively, I don't have half these social media apps on my phone anymore. I have Instagram for this tour, and then it's coming straight off when I get home. When I want to see what Ben has put on the band TikTok, I go to my laptop and I search tiktok.com/@asitisofficial. So I don't know what it's all about. It's cool, and Ben's doing a great job. I'm not too proud to embarrass myself on social media. I've been doing that for years.
I mean, that's where you all started at the very beginning.
Exactly.
So Do you still enjoy doing a cover here and there, just in your own time?
I do, actually. Yeah. Through Roxanne, we just released a cover of Goner by 21 Pilots. And that was, the first cover that I've done in a while because, like you said, I've been doing that for a long time and I love to do that. So it was really cool to finally, sort of sit down, cover a song again. And I'm really, really excited with how it's turned out. So please find it, check it out.
No, absolutely amazing. Let's do a few fun questions at the end. Let's see what your answer is to this one. We've had some interesting answers to this
Great.
question today, which is, if you had to describe yourself and the others in the band as a cocktail or a drink of any sort, what would it be?
We're coffee boys. Bunch of flat whites.
Just everyone's a flat white.
Yeah, oat milk flat whites.
No flavors, no nothing.
No flavor.
No decaf.
No decaf. I like a decaf, but no, just
any
flat
fancy
whites.
milks or just good old normal milk flat white, please?
Half of us are oat milk, maybe more so. 2 of us are vegan, but I think the other guys just like the oat milk, so oat milk
fair.
flat whites.
That's fair. Keeping it same. And in terms of organization, who is the airport dad in the band? Always early and organized on a travel day.
That is currently Ben. But I think the father figure of the band has always been our bassist, Ali. He's band dad.
So he's just kind of, different roles. Roles have changed around a little bit.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. We're growing. We're growing
Love
up.
to see it. Love to see it. And as one final question, think of a big main character moment. You're standing into double wing doors open, you enter the room. What song's playing?
Oh gosh. All Star by Smash Mouth.
Sick. Wicked. Well, that's it. You're done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thanks for chatting.
Appreciate it.
Lots of fun.